This is Speak My Word Ministries, Travis Zimmerman, and the Daily Pulse today and for the next several days is going to be coming to you recorded from Bethesda, Maryland. My wife, my lovely wife Suzanne, has been having some medical difficulties with her hip, and she goes into surgery tomorrow. So we are on location in Bethesda. And I just wanted to share with you about the prophet Samuel. And as many of you know, Samuel's mother, Hannah, had been barren. And back then, in the days of multiple wives, Hannah was married to Elkanah, and there was another lady in the picture, and who was having children. And name's not important, but Hannah continued to mourn the fact that she could not conceive children. So she was praying, and in the temple, and God gave her, God answered her prayer and said, I will, I am going to give you this child. And what Hannah was praying at this point was, Lord, if you just give me a child, I will commit him to the service of the Lord. And God answered that. And after Samuel was of the proper age, she handed him over to Eli, and he served in the temple. And this is what we hear about these very encouraging words from 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 26. And the boy Samuel continued to grow in stature and in favor with the Lord and with men. 1 Samuel 2:26. And again, if that's what could be said of our children or of us, but even more fascinating than that, over 1100 years later, and this is in the Old Testament, we hear Samuel over 1100 years later, that similar sentiment would be ushered and issued and uttered about Jesus Christ himself in Luke chapter 2, verse 52, and it says, and Jesus grew in wisdom and in stature and in favor with God and men. Luke chapter 2, verse 52. And again, the point there's a couple points. We take the Old Testament, which is Jesus concealed, and the New Testament, which is Jesus revealed. It comes together, that's all we know of Jesus is basically the time between Jesus was 12 and about 30, that Jesus grew in wisdom and in stature and in favor with God and men. And again, it was said of Samuel, it ties in the Old Testament, ties in the New Testament with Jesus, and again, we can grow in wisdom and in stature and in favor with God and men if we listen to the Lord, follow him with all of our heart, and trust Jesus for all the rest. In your name, Father, amen.